You may know him, you may not. But once you do, you're never gonna forget him. From astonishing feats to the big screen, to the magical moments here, right here, in the heart of Monterey. Some stories are just too captivating to miss. Today, we're stepping into a world of a man's life that almost reads like a novel. He's a Guinness World Record holder, a Hollywood veteran, and a magician who never stops dreaming.
What kind of knot is that, everybody? Yes, if you guessed a square knot, you're right, it's a square knot. Thank you very much.
Join us as we uncover the layers of an extraordinary journey that spans from the charming streets of Monterey to the dazzling lights of Hollywood. This is not just about glitz and glamour, but a testament to the power of perseverance and the magic of, well, believing in oneself. I don't know. Stay tuned as we reveal how a local hero turned every opportunity into a spectacle worth remembering. My friend and I had the honor of interviewing him. And believe me, we were not expecting it. It was something we were not expecting. We introduce you to Will Roberts.
This is called Puppy Love, and that's for you, young lady. There it is. In the 831! I just learned as much as I could in clowning and dance and all this stuff because I knew that if I had all these skills, I would probably not wind up being a waiter. Because I'm really bad as a waiter. People are like, man, he's entertaining, but the food was cold.
His energy is infectious, inspiring, yet a little intimidating. It's at the core of his success. Multi-talented Hollywood actor Will Roberts' resume is quite impressive. He's been an actor for 45 years in over 60 films and TV shows, but his most recent role is in a film that's capturing the world's attention.
World War II would be over. Our boys would come home.
Roberts, who moved to Monterey as a kid, he plays General George C. Marshall in the award-winning film Oppenheimer, directed by none other than world-renowned director Christopher Nolan. The movie is based on the life of a physicist, J. Robert Oppenheimer, who invented the atomic bomb. Roberts said he didn't know he was auditioning for the movie at the time.
You get a scene that isn't in the film, because they were very high level about this secrecy on this. It was called Gadget in the beginning. So I'm looking at this thing when I got the role, I'm like, Gadget, I'm looking on IMDb, trying to figure out what this film is, couldn't find it. Found out that that was the name of the first bomb.
I'm going to just quickly stop him right there for just a quick moment. I personally think that that was probably a genius tactic in the making of the film. I know a lot of you guys may be wondering, okay, smartass, what makes you think that was a genius strategy? Well, believe it or not, this was a code name used by scientists and engineers working on the project to refer to the bomb. On July 16th, 1943, this is, during the Trinity test, mind you, the term gadget was a code name used by scientists and engineers working on the project to refer to the bomb. The Trinity test, conducted in the Giornata del Morto, I probably butchered that so terribly, I am so sorry. In other words, it was in the desert, about roughly 35 miles southeast of Sirocco, New Mexico. This was considered the first ever detonation of a nuclear weapon and marked a significant moment in history, leading to the eventual use of the atomic bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki in August 1945. The term gadget was part of the broader use of code names and secreted language developed to maintain the confidentiality of the Manhattan Project. So the fact that they called the movie Gadget to people around them not telling them it was the name Oppenheimer, to not spoil anything or anything out to the public is what I think is probably really fucking genius. It's an inside joke that if you know the history, if you know, you know, you know. And when I first heard about that, I genuinely thought that was so fucking funny and just who else would have thought of that? Well, unless you're a history nerd, but still just something that I thought was very intriguing.
And so I'm like, wait, this is about Oppenheimer. And then I looked up Oppenheimer and I saw that Christopher Nolan was doing that and I kind of lost it. I'm like, oh my gosh. I was booked by Christopher Nolan, who watched my tape.
The one-day, 12-hour shoot in a room full of A-listers was surreal, he admits, but he says it was his time to shine with some of the most important lines in that scene. He says this one movie changed his life and career. His wife of 14 years joined him on the red carpet at the Golden Globes, where the film won Best Motion Picture and Best Director, among others.
It's exciting because it validates something that I just said to myself, I'm not going to give up. I remember being here in Monterey and being a professional clown and a magician, being in my car as a clown and just kind of going, why not me? What can I do? And just, I got to keep going. And, 45 years later, here I am finally sitting in a room like that. What's happened now is that I'm now getting auditions. Now I get stuff that says looking for name, talent, or star. So I've moved into another level because of Oppenheimer.
Before that, Robert's talents include gun spinning and holstering, as well as trick roping. And since 3 years ago, he now holds 2 Guinness World Records. One of those he won at the Salinas Rodeo.
Had the cowboy persona, a couple of world records with knives, guns, ropes, whips, and I could kill a man with a crust of bread as long as it's 2 days old. And so, when I'm consequently, because of all the trick roping, gun spinning, and whip stuff, I do the rodeo every year. And I originally started the kids corral over at the rodeo back when I was the Fox Kids Club host. I decided to get a few world records, Guinness World Records, in doing trick roping, which I did. I got the record at the California Rodeo. One thing I will tell you, if you're a trick roper or a roper in Salinas and the outdoors, you're better off being a kite flyer. Because it was difficult because the wind kicks up.
That's where you won the world record,
yeah.
In Salinas?
Yeah, and then the other one I got is for holstering and spinning 6-shooters, real 6-shooters, because the Guinness World people called me up from England and said, we want to do a half-hour special and we want to focus on you. They said, we want you to try 2 records. One would be the gun spinning, you have to holster the most. And so I had to do 1 revolution, put it in the holster, take it out, 1 revolution, I had 1 minute, the record was 30. After a couple of tries, only a couple you're allowed, I finally got it and I got 44. So I'm not the fastest to draw, I'm the fastest to withdraw. And then I got the world record for the largest big group around the most people inside the loop. And it was not easy because they made me do it under the rules. I had to do it for 3 minutes. And I gotta tell you something, when you spin a 100-foot loop, centrifugal force, because the only way you can get it to be round is you have to have enough weight on the Hondu, on there to be able to spin it, and it builds out. And when you do it, it's like you're doing 100 pounds of weight.
Hold it, yeah!
Believe it or not, he's even a part of our station's past history. Once a host of the local Fox Kids Club back in the day. Oh. Well, that's no worries. Let's open up Sony Vegas and... Oh. There too. Well, that's fine. Well, all right then. Well, in the meantime, before the interview started, Will Roberts was already talking to us about his experience at our station, being the host at the Fox Kids Club. So, well, let him take it away until we find footage.
Central casting. Now, interestingly enough, that's where that whole back room is over by on the KION side, where production is, where they do the commercials. I don't know what it is now. Yeah, over there. Well, they gutted all that and they put servers in, because originally what they were trying to do, and my show was one of the things they were going to take, and we were going to basically make it generic and then put lower thirds on the place. And I was like, hey, you know my real name? Yeah, so I did something to do with Robert, which is a KION segment, which is what I told you about. And then I was Robert from the Kids Club. Okay. And so because I wound up taking on a stage name of Will Roberts, yeah, everybody that knows me here usually knows me from that level. Are you picking up sound? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I'm using my phone just in case if anything else happens.
Yeah, I got you. But anyway, so they had that digital central casting, and then everything went haywire. I mean, they spent millions of dollars. And we also created, my wife came in, and she was there from Santa Clara, Dennis's daughter. She was a salesperson, but then went to what we call I Know Central Coast, which is what the original websites were, and they spent $2.5 million on those sites, and then literally sold the station, scrapped everything. And one of the things they did when they were selling the stations is they got rid of a couple of positions to be able to show the money. One of them was the Kids Club. So I now make the joke all the time, and I go, people say, oh, didn't you do the, I go, yeah, I used to work on Fox, KCBA as a Fox Kids Club host when Fox cared about kids.
And we just
because they don't give a
Fox
shit now, huh?
Now we do have
Yeah,
Fox
but they
again.
don't care about kids. Anyway,
So true.
they don't. And so I was there back when Dragon Ball Z, Power Rangers, and I was doing 5 days a week. I was doing vignettes every day.
What?
Oh yeah, just run and gun. I'd fall down hills, do science camps, do crawling on walls. I'd go out with my photog, Chris Roy, who's still here. Amazing guy.
In the area?
Yeah, he's amazing. And
What's he do now?
he's production, yeah. He's amazing, yeah.
Yeah, I've realized that this was gonna be difficult. Looking online specifically for Fox 35 brings me little to no archives. Most of the Fox Kids Club footage I found were from other local Fox stations. Fox 44, 11, 41, 5, 26, you name it. But what was the Fox Kids Club? Well, the Fox Kids Club, also known locally as the KCBA Kids Club, was a children's television programming block hosted and operated by the Fox Broadcasting Company. It collaborated with various local Fox affiliates, including KCBA Fox 35, to bring tailored content to young audiences. It launched in the 80s as part of Fox Network's incentive to compete with other children's programming blocks, such as ABC's Saturday morning cartoons and CBS Saturday Supercade. It broadcasted classic children's shows such as X-Men the Animated Series, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Goosebumps, Animaniacs, Inspector Gadget, and The Magic School Bus, just to name a few. Now, I never personally had a close attachment towards the Fox Kids Club. I don't even have any memory watching the program. Probably because this started before my time and the station ended where I was already watching Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, and Disney Channel. And by then, the Fox Kids Club had slightly come to an end, which kind of makes sense since my parents remembered the Fox Kids Club, but not 100% sure if I watched anything from that station. Probably, but I don't remember. Why is this sounding so familiar? Anyways, this was probably the toughest part to research. Searching up Fox Kids Club only brings you different local Fox stations, and I was only able to find 2 videos archived on YouTube showing that the Fox 35 Kids Club existed.
It's the Watch Right and Win contest with the Fox 35 Kids Club. Step 1, watch Fox Kids Monday through Thursday, November 4th through the 21st. Step 2, when the question appears, write down the correct answer. Step 3, when you see Casey Fox's picture on Friday, call in with the correct answers and win. Caller number 1 will win a TV with a VCR. Caller number 2 wins a Fox 35 Kids Club prize pack, and caller number 3 wins a bag of videos. So watch the coolest kids station, write down the correct answers, and win prizes right here only on the Fox 35 Kids Club.
This is going to be difficult. Most people call it Fox Kids Club, but others call it the KCBA Kids Club. I'm going to remain calling it Fox Kids Club, possibly Fox 35 Kids Club to be a bit more specific. It was really difficult looking for footage specifically from the KCBA station, which makes it even more difficult because there's little to no archives. Wait a minute. Aimed towards children, featured a mix of animated and live-action shows, included educational elements in their programming, aimed to entertain children while providing family-friendly content, used distinct branding to attract and engage young viewers, declined in viewership in the 2000s, ended life support. Oh my god. This is fucking Cubo all over again. I can never leave it!
We'll return after these announcements.
Hi guys. Alright, listen, this is a little bit of an intermission here because I got some crazy news. Okay, listen, it's not really that crazy, but before I continue on, cat. Alright, so I gave my cat as much attention as I could. Anyways, groundbreaking discovery here. I got bored one night and thought, you know what, I'm gonna try, do the definition of insanity and search up the KCBA Kids Club again on YouTube. But this time I added quotes between kids and club, and you're not gonna believe the results I got. I actually got some results! And it's so weird though, because these are like 4 years ago, 1 year ago, 4 years ago. So like, that one's fucking recent as hell. But these, like, why did they pop up when I first searched for them? What the fuck is it? Like, what the hell? Like, why didn't these pop up beforehand? What the hell? And that's pretty much where it ends. But still, I don't understand why it took it this long. Like, what? The quotes? What? At least now I actually have some sort of visuals to put on there. The problem is now is that I have footage that I had recorded earlier in the mix of this timeline where I say that there's like little to no archives, which I mean is slightly true in a sense because these are still a small handful amount, but I mean it's a little bit more that I would have thought of. And on top of that, I could have used this for the visuals. Like, oh Jesus Christ, man. Whatever. At least from now moving forward, I can kind of start putting visuals up on screen and whatnot. Because this is absolutely insane. But fuck, man.
Okay, let's break this down a little bit. I am very, very fucking tired and I want to kill myself, but that's besides the point. Let's quickly break this down because I am very tired and my brain hurts for multiple reasons that we'll get into. But for now, let's quickly establish what we've already gathered as of right now. And some new information that, kind of backs up some of the claims, I suppose. For starters, there are currently little to no archives of the Fox 35 Kids Club, which is honestly quite frankly annoying. Although the ones that we have seen are mainly promos or just standalone commercials. We don't see the hosts that appear before or after whatever cartoon that shows or airs. See, most kids shows at the time would typically do that. Typically, they would have at least a host or a group of people gathered in one room or just whatever, either just doing some wacky shit or just demonstrating or just saying what the next show is going to be up. I know that there's a specific term for this. I'm just completely blanking out on what the fuck it's called. But typically in most shows like this, you will see an individual, either before or after the show, come up and say like, tell us some fun facts, tell us some goofy shit, say, hey, here's what's coming up next, or just fun facts or just out of the park type shit, you know what I mean? And those were typically called the host for the most part. In this instance, for Fox 35 Kids Club, there were two hosts. One by the name of Wendy Wagstaff, and the other, Will Roberts. To be honest, I was quite surprised by that. Again, similar to as before, when I mentioned to people about the Fox 35 Kids Club, most people recognize or know Wendy more than Will. And so it got me a little bit curious. How is this even possible? The thing is that I was able to find 2 newspaper archives that show both Wendy and Will Roberts stating that they are the host of the Fox Kids Club. So it always made me wonder, was Wendy first and then Will Roberts? Or were they both co-anchors? Although that wouldn't really make much sense because they're both labeled as hosts. I mean, I guess you could have 2 hosts and, not labeled a co-host, but still, you guys know what I mean. I just thought it was interesting that more people know Wendy rather than Will. So I'm under the belief or the assumption that Wendy was the first host for the Fox Kids Club. And then we go to the part that literally just breaks my brain. And it all started because of one question that was asked to me, and it just bothered me so much I went to a big rabbit hole. And I know a lot of you guys may be Googling or searching for this yourself, and you may see, what this individual saw. So let me try and water it down a little bit, at least a watered down explanation to what I was told. So things can kind of, make sense a little bit, although it didn't in my case. So essentially, Fox 35 and KCBA were once affiliates, hence the name Fox 35. The 35 means that they were airing on the channel 35, which is where KCBA was at. Some time had passed, and KCBA soon switched affiliates to the CW, hence why when you were to search up KCBA, guess what? You would most likely get the CW logo. Fox 35 is now affiliated with KION, but another crazy thing about it is that KION is also affiliated with the CW. Fun fact, at 10 o'clock, KION goes live exclusively only on the CW. But for some reason, despite Fox 35 now being affiliated with KION, they haven't changed the name. They are still called Fox 35, despite them airing on channel 46.2. To put in perspective, KION 46 airs on, you guessed it, 46. So it's just completely crazy to me because they're called Fox 35 even though they don't air on channel 35. They're on channel 46.2, but at the same time, KION's on channel 40. It's completely crazy. To make things even more mind-fucking, on the 5 o'clock show, KION airs on both KION 46 and Fox 35, which makes completely no sense to me because Fox 35 has their own local news station and they just... What is this? This is what hurts my brain, honestly. Not to mention, because both Fox and KCBA are now partners with KION, you get some crazy shit like this. I suppose it's probably normal for some stations, but this just completely mind-fucked me all over the place. So there's your little brief history, although it probably didn't make much more sense because it's still fucking confusing to me. But hey, the ins and outs, what else can you fucking do? I don't know. I want to fucking kill myself. But not all hope is lost. Because I know an individual that potentially has archives of the KCBA Fox 35 Kids Club. So without further ado, I'm going to go get some fucking sleep, and we're going to transition to a nice little recording that I picked up. So without further ado, let's do this. Woo! It's a lot here.
Maintain. Now these are more used, I think. Guess. Oh, no. These are, oh no, this is it right here. Oh. This is it. These are, some are used, some are, so see if you get lucky, sir. Okay, this is, if you see boxes, they have that type of, can you grab that one? Right there, kids what?
That says
Kids for sale. Let's just look. Yeah. Use.
Now, I know what you may be wondering. Who was that individual? We will get to him in a moment. All you need to know about him is that he was there during the KCBA Fox 35 Kids Club. He worked behind the scenes. He was, I believe, the technical engineer. Stay tuned because we are going to interview him later on, so sit tight. But all you need to know is that this individual told me that there were archives somewhere in the building. And he had a challenge for me. His challenge for me was to find any tapes that contained anything relative to the Fox Kids Club. He told me that it should be labeled either with or without a timestamp, so that's all he gave me. They'll either come in DVC Pro or in 1-inch. And so the hunt begins.
So there's a few things that I've been told. In order for me to find any footage that has or contains anything with the KCBA Kids Club, my best bet is to probably look in this shelf or that one back there. Something like this looks a little bit more promising, but whether it actually has it is going to be a little bit difficult. Now, I know what a lot of you guys may be wondering. A lot of you guys may be wondering or asking, how am I going to be able to know or to find out if there's any potential recording of the Kids Club in here? Wouldn't I have to put this through some sort of VCR in order for this to, view the content? No, surprisingly. This one is just a random example that I just found, so bear with me here. If I were to open this up and if they would have done it correctly, not only would it contain the tape, but it would also contain a bit of writing, if you guys can kind of see it right there. The writing gives us the date, the name, oh for fuck's sake. The writing gives us the date, the name, and the timestamp on where this would be recorded. So if we put this through a VCR, go to that timestamp, we'll be able to find it without any problems. And I'm going to do that for this entire row. I'm not looking forward to this.
While I took the time out of my day during my break at work looking for these tapes,
They have the movie Ants. What the fuck? Oh, I see. Here's what it comes with, guys. Trailer number 2, production features and expert profiles, sound bites, behind the scenes, and film clips. Wow, what a bargain.
let me explain the types of tapes that I was looking for.
Disney's California Adventure B-roll. Well, okay.
I'm not going to go through the full history in detail, so I'll keep it straightforward and to the point.
My jacket is now ruined.
In the video, I said I was told to look for 2 different types of tapes, when it was technically 3. The ones we're currently looking at are Betacam SP tapes, which are the big ones. They were released in the mid-80s.
Our first KCBA. We might got our hands on something.
The SP stands for Superior Performance.
The moment of truth right here. Oh. Nothing! I didn't write anything.
These are basically industry types of tapes that are used for broadcasting.
One small little thing that I kind of realized was that a lot of them had no labeling of KCBA on them. A lot of them are, while not news related, are also just random fucking B-roll. So my guess is that top row and everything within this aisle, I'm not gonna find what I'm gonna need. Rather, in this assortment, I might have somewhat of a chance. But I'm not gonna get my hopes up too much.
The other tapes were 1-inch recording tapes.
Alright, bitches. I'm rocking the new hat that Siege made for me, by the way. Thank you, thank you. Everybody comment, we love you, Siege, in the comments. I have a lot to go through. It's only 3 o'clock, and I don't have a 5 o'clock show.
As you can guess, this is as analog as we are gonna get so far.
Bruh.
Nowadays in the filming industry, they are primarily used for providing backups.
Is that the birthday boy I see over there? Hello. Hey, hey.
These types of tapes traditionally only provide audio, but there are some reel-to-reel videotapes.
This crustaic one I found. There may be some hope after all. Dear Lord, I did not want that on me though. Okay. Alright, never mind. Was literally nothing. Fun!
While they're not common in today's standards, In the 70s to early 90s, most stations had these kinds of tapes. I couldn't find anything. I just couldn't find anything. I was hoping to find something, anything really. But I wasn't gonna give up that easily. Now, in this old room has a bunch of archives, old technology, and spare parts. If I am able to find at least some hope of the Fox Kids Club, I think I know one spot that we might find it. DVC Pro, baby! That's right, DVC Pro, the last tape that I was also told to look out for. Now, this one is a more newer, higher quality compared to the other two, so the possibilities are kind of slim, but not by much. DVC Pro offered way more high quality, but also it was around the time when the Fox Kids Club slowly started dying down. At least that's how far his memory goes. Oh, and about those 1-inch reels?
The second page? Oh shit! Oh fuck! Oh my god. We found it. Kids Club. Right there. 2 of them right there. We found our first one! Let's fucking go! We found our first one! We found one, baby! KCBA Kids Club. Smackdown on page 1.
Honestly, I couldn't believe it either. Now, before we get into reviewing the content that are in the tapes, I'd like to introduce to you to the man that fucking challenged me to this. Actually, I'll let him do the introduction.
Hello, my name is Adam Perez. I'm the chief engineer here at our Moffett Street facilities. Our broadcast facilities here, we have the affiliation agreements with CBS, with Fox, with Telemundo, with CW. We also broadcast other secondary channels on those main networks, but those are the primary. As a chief engineer, my responsibility, number one, is to technically keep the facilities functioning to transmit all those broadcast streams. And then behind the scenes, there's many links to the chain for each one of those program networks. And then on top of that, I have a news department that I must keep them, their gear and the equipment and all the technologies that they use to produce local news, keep all that functioning. Those are the primary responsibilities, the primary hats I wear. I wear many others, but I won't bore you with them. Those are the main technical ones.
Alrighty, so I am now sitting down with the man, the myth, the legend, Adam Perez. Did I say your name correctly?
Yes, you did.
All right, coolio. He was here for, how long have you been here for?
Boy, that's a great question. My memory takes me to 1988. But it was possibly, I was working, what's the term we used then? On call in the '87, but I was officially full-time on staff in 1988.
Wow. Fun fact, I was dead back then, so I wasn't around that time, but that is pretty long. That is pretty long. We're going to be asking him a couple of questions about his stay and his experience working not only at KCBA, but more specifically, the Fox Kids Club. I believe you remember that, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, cool. Without further ado, let's ask the questions. Question 1. Can you describe your role at the station during the time of the KCBA Kids Club?
Yes, I worked in operations. So we would take satellite feeds, we would play back programming that would come to us in tape formats, the different numerous formats that we used at that time. Also commercials, getting the commercials properly formatted for the tapes we were using. So operations.
Sweet. Wow. Sounds like a lot of work. Here's a question that I've been dying to know because I've asked a couple people about if they remember the Fox Kids Club. Most people call it the Fox Kids Club. Some people call it the KCBA Kids Club. My question is, how was the KCBA Kids Club connected to Fox Kids Club? Was it a branding strategy, or was there a different reason for the dual names, if you will?
You know, to me, I knew it as the KCBA Kids Club. That's the way it was branded. We tried to attach it to the call letters of the station. So to me, my recollection was the KCBA Kids Club. The term Fox was probably used because that was the network. We became a network affiliate when Fox launched in the late '80s. We adopted to that format, to that network.
I assume it was still called Fox 35.
It was Fox 35, yes.
Okay, cool. Spicy. Okay. Sorry, I'm stupid that way. Okay. What were some of the technical challenges you faced in producing a local children's program like the KCBA Kids Club?
In those days, it was tape, and the format at that time of choice was beta. Dealing with tape, and then also the lighting. In those days, we didn't have the luxury of LED lights, and so everything was big, and everything was heavy.
That's fair. That's fair. Would you say that it's easier today than it was back then?
Yes, the cameras are smaller. The lights are LEDs that can be run on batteries.
Oh, that is true. That is true.
Then the big light draw and tripods, and so things have changed for the better.
I take it my two little dinky cameras here cannot compete with what it was like back then.
In the sense of size, yes, but in quality, we cannot compete with the advancements of technologies of today.
You do have a point. All right. Can you share any memorable moments or behind-the-scenes stories from your time working on the show?
I recall there were two when Wendy. I'll talk about Wendy first.
Okay.
She was. My recollections of her were all very pleasant. She was the person you saw on camera. The way she interacted with the kids, that's who she was. She was just as pleasant if you ran into her into the break room. She was kind, she was generous. She'd always give you a moment to share. So when you saw her interact with the children, that's who she was. So that's why I think the children were so drawn to her.
Positivity, wish I could meet her.
And as it pertains to Robert, I would say the same. The person you saw, the gregarious person you saw on camera, he was the same person you'd run into the hallway day after day after day. So it was a pleasure to work with both of them.
What kind of interaction did the show have with its young audience, and how was the audience feedback incorporated into the show?
You know, I was in my early 20s when the Kids Club was at its infancy and starting to go, and at that time I really didn't think about the children it was interacting. But what I will comment is we would go to all the public events, the parades, the rodeo, the different events here in the Central Coast. And Wendy would go out there. We had a playhouse, if you would, Kids Club Playhouse, which was on the promos, the animated promos. And the kids would flock to that little playhouse, and they would flock to Wendy or Will. Those are my pleasant memories of seeing how excited the children would yell during the parades as the car went by. You know, Kids Club, KCBA Kids Club.
Bit of a off the scripts question here. Is there any archives of that?
That's a great question. There's so many tape formats. I'm not going to bore you with all the formats that the industry has used.
That's fine.
And all the formats this facility has used. Those go back to the 80s, starting off in the late 80s, and I could not locate. I searched. I found many content of commercials, but I could not find. So maybe one of the producers who had actually produced those content, maybe they took it with them when it ended.
Dang. It'd be too much of a pain to try and contact them. But at least we know it existed one way or another.
Yes.
So that's good to know. That's good to know. Do you have any insight into how local children's shows like this one have influenced or been affected by the shift to digital media?
Boy. It's kind of difficult for me to answer that because all my children are young adults already. I do know that there was a intended effort during our promotional campaign with the Kids Club to try to connect with the children and create vignettes that were positive. So it's kind of tough because I've been detached with local cartoons of today.
Oh, I get you. I get you. With your technical background, how do you see technology changing the way children's content is created and delivered today?
Well, obviously, it's all done in files. I'm just going to rattle off the top of my head, and this is just a total recall right now. I'm thinking some of the cartoons that would come out there. I remember it was the DuckTales. There was a Rambo cartoon. Here I am already in my 50s, and I was in my 20s there, and I got hooked on the Rambo cartoons that would come out. We did the Batman, Robin. It was just the cartoons were I'll say it. I believe they were a little more innocent than they are today.
I get you. I love DuckTales. DuckTales is the GOAT. Here's a question that I thought was very interesting because I work here. Was KION News still here when KCBA Kids Clubs was around, or did it come after it ended?
The merger in operations between KION and KCBA did not occur till 1996. So at that time, if my memory served me correct, it was either on its way down. That's my memory of it. I don't recall the major production being done in the late 90s for KCBA Kids Club as it was in the late 80s and in the early 90s.
How did the technical requirements evolve with the show, especially as new technology became available? Or was it never?
Well, we were still using tape.
Right.
So we never got to that point. The big changes came after about 2000 is when the industry began to really take a step into the file acquisition and editing. And by that time, the KCBA Kids Club had ended.
Oh, okay. No, that's fair. I got you. Do you like working here?
Sorry, broadcasting, I'm going to honestly say that it was a job. It was a job waking up in the morning, and I didn't realize the magnitude of what I was doing until the earthquake hit. We refer to as the World Series earthquake with the Giants and the Oakland A's here in San Francisco. It was at that time when I realized how much the industry, how much the community reaches out to communications, television for information during those times. And I gained a greater respect and appreciation for the responsibilities I have to the community. My responsibility is to keep the signal on the air, to allow the news department to deliver their news content to the community, and the sales teams to sell their They're commercials to help local businesses let the community know how great their products are. So I enjoy the industry. I'd have to tell you, I take pride in what I do.
As you should, as you should. There's a couple of archived newspapers showing a photo of Will Roberts saying how he was the host of the Fox Kids Club. But everyone I talked to seemed to know Wendy more than Will. Was he a host later on or before it got popular? Or were they both co-hosts?
Wendy was first.
Okay.
She was at the launch. She was very involved in the creation of it. It's kind of tough to beat when you're first.
That's true.
So again, not to make a differentiate between Wendy or Will. They were both very pleasant to me to work with.
Why did the show stop production?
Because the station went to more syndicated programming. So it was a format change because to stay viable, it's a business decision.
Right.
You know.
What was your first reaction when you found out Will Roberts was General George C. Marshall in the award-winning film Oppenheimer?
I was very happy for him because again, he's a wonderful individual, and my personal interactions with him are all positive, and I can't say anything but positive things of him. He was a pleasure to work with, so I was very happy for him.
The final question in the book, the question that I'm very curious about. Do you still have contact with Wendy Wagstaff Easton?
You know, I don't. So that was many years ago.
Now this question is going to be off the tables here. I have two questions off the tables. Okay. You remember Bill, right? Bill Pauser, I think that's his name?
Okay. Bill Pauser, yes.
Yeah. Do you think he would have some insight or know about the KCBA Kids Club?
I would say no. Bill didn't join us till the 2000s, and the KCBA Kids Club, I believe, had ended at that time.
Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty much about it. Because I found a couple of tapes that had the labeling of the KCBA Kids Club. Yeah, no, that's pretty much about it. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you answering these questions, and yeah, that's about it.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Alrighty, lads. Today I got some permission to review some of the KCBA tapes that I was able to find. I was able to find not one, not two, not three, but 4 different KCBA tapes. Some of them are just labeled KCBA, so I'm kind of just in the dark, just hoping that it works. I actually do have some labeling on it. I don't know if the camera can focus on that correctly, but that one says KFCC. KFC. Okay. This one is what I'm most excited about, because it says KCBA, SFF, whatever that means, but an acronym that I can only assume is the Fox Kids Club. So this one, we're going to be putting this one in for last, in hopes that it works. You guys may be wondering, how do we play these? Because these are not your typical VHS tapes. Well, I'm glad you asked. Come follow me. This, my friends, is the DVC Pro player. Essentially how this works, we have to put it into this bad boy right here, and it's going to output it all through here. Now, how I'm going to digitalize them, I'm not quite sure, so that's going to be a bit of a difficult process. But first we got to make sure that we can even find the Fox Kids Club stuff in these tapes, and pray to God that this machine does not eat it up. We need one of these bad boys right here, so we're just going to plug this bad boy in. So what we're going to do is that we're going to move these little monitors out of the way. Baba Blue. That's it. We got it. Heck yeah. Right here I have the tapes, and right here I have the player. This is technically the player, shut up. We're going to be skimming through these tapes in hopes that we can find the KCBA Kids Club. So without further ado, let's plug this bad boy in and let's hope to God that we find it. Alrighty, first tape in. Let's see what we get. Oh shit. What the fuck is this?
Dane Master Carpet? Fast forward.
Oh shit. What are... I swear to God, if these are all just ocean scenes, I'm gonna die.
Who's the one filming?
I don't know, what does it say? Well, I'm gonna fast forward this now. Damn.
It's gonna be like one of those scary tapes that just pop up. Oh no, I called it.
That's it?
That's it?
That's all that was in that tape? Let's go into our next one. Oh, we gotta save this one for last. I don't know why. I have a good feeling about this one because it says KCBA, Fox 35, and then KC, which I can only assume stands for Kids Club. I don't know. And then the year, 1989. So it kind of matches up. So I'm really hoping that this label is actually correct. In the meantime, though, let's go with this one that did have a labeling, but does not anymore. Oh, is this the Kids? Oh, this might be something.
And all no additional cost.
Is this a fucking ad?
It's more like an interview.
You're right. Don't tell me that was it.
Is that Selena's in the background?
Might be. Maybe. No, it does not look like. That's a good question. What map even is that?
I don't think that's Selena's.
I don't know what Selena's. This one is labeled KCBA. I'm excited for this one. This one better have it. If none of these tapes have it, I am killing myself. For legal reasons, that is a joke. Why is it labeled KION on it?
Air check. Oh no.
Well, let's plug it in and see what happens.
Hopefully it's not. That's what it might be. Like bloopers.
Oh. We have bloopers all the time at our station.
It is KION.
Oh my God.
He's actually live in Capitol this morning where, as Tamara
Why does it look better?
Why does it look better?
Why does it look better? Look at that. Oh, we came in here.
Oh, her mic's not even on.
No, it is. It's just too loud. Yeah, 46. That's us.
Oh my God. Why is it labeled KCBA?
Check out the waves, but no Capitol PD so far. We've seen about 3 public works.
What the fuck? Here's what I'm confused about. It's KION, but for some reason, this is labeled KCBA. I swear to God, this is just a KION newscast.
But why does it look better?
Dude,
Do you see a date anywhere?
No, I don't see it.
The largest news gathering organization in the Central Coast.
The largest? We were the largest?
Santa Cruz.
No way.
Salinas, San Luis Obispo, Santa Maria, and Santa Barbara. Now in high definition.
Suck it, KSBW.
Right now.
That was way better than ours. Is that the end? Was that our closer? I think that was our closer.
I think so. This desk is still the same.
Thank you for that. And you already see the.
Honestly, I take those old TVs compared to the new monitors.
Dude, this is so old. We have KION and Fox 35 in the back.
One of them back there in production control. Did you feel
Oh, dude. Wait, is that Stanley's hand? That's the scanner right there. Oh my God, that's so dated. Well, I guess I'll never be able to know. So this one didn't have it. This is just a whole news broadcast. This was literally just an entire broadcast. Here's the last one. I'm hoping to God that it has it. We're gonna rewind
this. Is the one tape that gets burned.
I swear. Okay, it is fully rewinded because it starts at 000. This is good. I'm gonna hit play. Okay. What on earth?
Okay, here's the deal. You gotta save a few bucks if you're looking for a solution. You just go to simpleandghostdeals.com.
Yeah, you might want to fast forward it. Oh shit, I don't know what's happening.
What?
Oh. Okay, we're getting closer. This is a cartoon, and that's what the Fox Kids Club is mostly known for. I'm just gonna fast forward a little bit. No! No!
It's burning?
Oh no! It's a burned tape.
Really?
That's what that error message was.
I didn't see it.
Oh.
Damn.
Why? What I can at least confirm is that this tape was at the very least part of the KCBA Kids Club because it played a cartoon that I assume they aired.
God, I jinxed it too. This is the one tape that's burned.
Yeah, the one.
I jinxed it.
I guess it's best for us to, well, shut it down. But fear not. We have 3 more to go through. The only difference is that these are actually 1-inch tapes, so that little dinky player that we had, not gonna work.
That's a tape?
Oh yeah. Oh, you haven't seen these? Yeah.
No, I have not.
Let me open this up. Let me open up one for you.
Oh, I thought the entire thing was a tape. Oh, it's those.
Yeah, I can confirm it has the KCBA Kids Club on it. This one. Kids Club right there. It's full smack down in the middle. Well, towards the end of the tape. So, I need to figure out a way for these to get played. Also, here's all my ducks ever since Anna left. There it is. The big boy that's gonna play the tapes. Now, whether this works is unbeknownst to me. How on earth am I gonna get this? Plain and simple and straightforward. Yeah, this one's simple to move. I was advised that this may not work, so I'm quite scared. Oh yeah, this has wheels right here. Holy moly. Okay. I am on a mission to try and get this bad boy on. I don't know if you can even see that, but it's fucking huge. This giant fucker right here. If I can get it on, that'd be pog. Alright, I put my camera away because I was trying to look for an extension cord, but I finally found one. I have it plugged in. Here it is right here. And as you can see, I don't know if you guys can see, but I'm trying my best to follow it through. It goes all the way back there. So this is gonna be very cool if I can manage to get this to work. Okay. I'm gonna plug this in. It's plugged in. It's an on switch. Let me make my way through here. Power. Oh no. Oh no. That sucks. Still nothing. Whoa.
Holy shit. We got the audio on.
Oh my lord. Chat, are you seeing this? Oh, fuck. We got it. Something working. Oh, shit. I don't think this will turn on at all. No. But this is on. So this is giving me some hope. Okay, I'm gonna turn you off now. That is progress. Holy shit.
Hi, Patches. Would you like to hold the camera?
Sure.
There it is. So this takes a minute to turn on.
This is the least of the problems. You can hook up another monitor. Where's the real?
Oh, I have it. I'm gonna go grab one. I'm gonna go grab it.
So this is just one step. The other step is the conversion. You have the converters. It's total recall. Total recall. Yeah, guys. Total recall. It's just like natural adrenaline. Like riding a bike.
Oh, wow.
It just all came back to me right now. Hear that? Came back to me like riding a bike. I didn't even think about it. It's just like a natural reaction of 20 plus years. Amazing. So audio. Standby. Wow, this hasn't happened in 20 plus years.
So it should play off that little screen?
Oh, the screen's dead. This one here, reference input. Yeah, I mean he's probably dead too. Video input DMOD. Doesn't matter. DMOD video input. That won't matter either. But
Where was DJ?
yeah, so he's not detecting. I'm not seeing any audio.
I can feel the wind from it.
It could be the tape. Oh gosh, look at all the mold. Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize.
Holy mold.
Was it molded?
I didn't even realize
Dude,
that.
can you zoom in on that?
So that potentially could damage the heads.
Let's see.
Did you see the mold on that?
Yeah.
So that's not good for the heads.
Yeah.
But the machine, the monitor's dead. But you can see the mold. I can't imagine that's good. Wow, guys. These were the days.
Yeah.
These were the days. I not only operated them, I used to work on these, maintain them. It was the highest quality of video at the time.
That mold, It was built up through moisture, or just?
Yeah, it's moisture is not keeping. Who knows where they were been stored.
Mm.
So.
You can probably sell that thing for $4,000.
Oh my God! Oh, I'm sure.
As is.
Yeah, literally.
We unfortunately didn't succeed in our mission. Doesn't seem. Yeah. Shout out to Amelia right there for being the cameraman. I hope it's focusing on you. It is. So I decided to pull up another tape, and as you can see, it's also got mold on there, and even some right there, even some right there. I'm surprised I didn't even notice that. Then again, they were all facing downwards. This one looks pretty clean, but it has a bunch of the rest of the overdue. This one might work. I don't see any mold here, but I can't see the rest of the tape, so I don't know.
Now I give it up. Adam, tomorrow, can you try this one?
Oh,
Yeah.
wait. Right there.
Yeah, it's a big.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Zoom in on that. You have to zoom really close into that. I don't know if the camera can pick that up.
Slightly.
Yeah, same down here
You
as
see
well.
like a white smudge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the mold.
Fuck.
How did they get wet? Were they stored outside?
They were literally stored in that room back there.
Oh, then yeah, the humidity.
We tried. I'm so bummed out. Okay.
I want to be real. I really am bummed out. All the time I spent looking for those tapes, all the time discovering, finding, like, archives of the KCBA Kids Club, seeing them written out, I just won't be able to review them. We had the tools. We had the resources. We just didn't have the supplies. The 1-inch tapes were by far the most exciting part of this whole thing because there was actual written proof that they did exist. It could have been amazing to see, just to see the footage. But unfortunately, it is old technology after all. I was hoping to eventually see the KCBA Kids Club with Will Roberts and Wendy. Both of them now have gone through their own separate lives and whatnot. Matter of fact, Will Roberts is still here in the local area doing his own thing.
And don't be surprised if you see this Hollywood actor in the 831. He loves coming back here so much so he recently took over the old Zucchini's magic store at Cannery Row. And yes, Roberts is also a magician, even filming a magic reality show here.
I'm really on a mission to make sure that the legacy of Zucchini's continues on, but more importantly is that I just really love the history of Monterey.
Matter of fact, his store that he's currently taken over is actually going to be moved to a new location. I'll let Will Roberts kind of explain the whole thing a little bit.
Oh, I know. I was like, my heart. I'm like, isn't that the worst?
So, again, the biggest thing is that this is where the,
That was fast.
I was like, where's that guy following me? This is where the new shop is going to be, and the good thing is that they allow us to be able to do shows here.
Oh,
So right here I can do magic shows, and it's going to be in the corner. Roadshow, pizza, home, whatever. So it's smaller, but we're planning on putting the theater back here, small little theater. The shop will be here, the wine shop, and this is what we're planning on doing.
So good.
Yeah.
I think a bit more.
Well, we got a restaurant.
Yeah.
People come here to shoot stuff, and another restaurant. So you got the treasure department, and look how many chairs and seats there are. When they do magic shows here, when they'll be old guys get used to it, you see a 52 on the wall. He did 52 on the And all I have to do is go, hey, I'm done with the show. By the way, there's a shop.
Yeah, perfect
So,
spot.
and again, the whole concept is that we're going to change it up and make it look like an old like English, like a wand making place.
That's awesome. I think it's a perfect location too.
Yeah, it's a great location. Certainly better than the cave.
Yeah, because you're kind of tucked in behind,
knows.
in the back. And it's his love for magic, which he learned as a child growing up here in the 831, that keeps him creating his own magic in his own life in more ways than one.
And 3, 2. Hey, you're watching Living in the 831 here on KION News Channel 46. Get out of here. Poof. But wait. Where the heck is the news girl? Where's the weather girl? Where's anybody?
In Cannery Row,
Randy Lent and
Lisa Montgomery, News Channel 46.
And that, my friends, is a wrap. This is where our story ends. It's cold in here, but I don't know. I genuinely hope you guys enjoy this video just as much as I did making it. Days went into researching, making, and just filming this entire thing in general. If you managed to watch all the way to the end, I love you. I applaud you so much. Again, this is just something that we were just not expecting. I remember watching the movie Oppenheimer, and I gotta say, it was really good. I genuinely thought that it was really good. Guys, I forgot to mention, do you guys think that Will Roberts is aware of the Barbenheimer meme? Just some food for thought. Oh, and fun fact, I was actually able to get in contact with Wendy Wagstaff, but I have not gotten a response. So, Wendy, if you're watching this, hi. Big fan. A little fun fact for you guys, and I'll try to keep this short. Back during my high school years, roughly around freshman year, we had a project period that was based around nuclear weapons. And we were talking about, well, in short, Oppenheimer. It was one of the topics that was brought up. And I don't know what it was, but it was something that I seriously was interested in. I don't know what it was, but it was genuinely a topic that just interested me and intrigued me to want to learn more about it. And fun fact, I actually wanted to make a video about it. Unfortunately, yes, the video did indeed get scrapped, but that's only because a YouTuber that I watched did it way better than I could have done. The YouTuber goes by a name of Emperor Lemon, and I love this video. What else could I say? After he made that video, I was like, there's no point in me making it. This one's literally perfect. Granted, the video topic is basically surrounded about one individual, but the subject is still technically the same, talking about nuclear weapons. So the fact that my video is about one individual that so happened to, tie in with Oppenheimer, I was genuinely hooked. This video is absolutely insane to make. But to end things off in good old Emp Lemon fashion, I hope you guys enjoy this video. And I will catch you guys later. Peace. Bye.
I'd like to buy the world a home and furnish it with love. Grow apple trees and honey bees and snow white turtle doves. I'd like to teach the world to sing with me. Perfect